You are listening to Christian Audio's production of Did the Devil Make Me Do It? And Other Questions About Satan, Demons, and Evil Spirits by McKinley. This book is read by Jim Denison. This audio recording was produced in 2015 by Christian Audio, which owns the copyright. No portion of this recording may be reproduced for any reason without prior written consent from Christian Audio. This edition issued by contractual arrangement with the Good Book Company. Originally published in English as Did the Devil Make Me Do It? And Other Questions About Satan, Demons, and Evil Spirits. Copyright 2013 by McKinley. All rights reserved. Please visit christianaudio.com, facebook.com/Christian Audio, or twitter.com/Christian Audio to offer your impressions of this work and to explore additional titles. Introduction. I have had two conversations with friends that have shaped the way I think about the devil. As a Christian in the United States, Satan played a fairly small role in my understanding of the way the spiritual world worked. I knew the devil was real, and I read about demons in the Bible. But that didn't seem to have much to do with my day-to-day life. In fact, the preachers on the TV who were always going on and on about demons seemed to be slightly insane, obviously deceptive, or entirely too interested in the subject for their own mental well-being, or quite possibly all three. Normal people didn't really spend a lot of time thinking about the devil or demons. Then one summer, I remember a friend of mine coming back from a ministry trip to a Caribbean island. He had been working there with a church group, and when he returned, he took me to a coffee shop to share what he had experienced. In hushed tones, he described things that he had seen that he could not explain. Inanimate objects flying across rooms, strange lights without an obvious source, people standing on rooftops crying out in loud voices, others being healed violently after prayers for their deliverance from evil spirits. I knew my friend was cynical about these kinds of things, but he was also the most ruthlessly honest person I know. He had concluded that the town he had been visiting was overrun by demons. How could I make room in my mind for a world where these kinds of demonic activities really happened? Disbelief. Years later, another good friend returned from living in a major African city. He had been studying at a seminary in that country and told me how all the Christians and pastors there spoke about dealing with evil spirits as if they were a normal part of Christian ministry. Their duties as pastors required them to interact regularly with people that were under the influence and attack of demons. When my friend mentioned to his classmates that most Americans don't believe in the devil, a 2009 poll of American Christians revealed that 60% of them didn't believe that the devil was real. They couldn't stop laughing at the ignorance of Westerners. It was roughly like saying to them that most Americans don't believe in cheese or anxiety or the month of July. It was just denying an inescapable reality of life. I struggled to figure out why these experiences seemed to be so foreign to my experience of life. It seemed as if the old C.S. Lewis line from the Screwtape Letters might be right after all. It says, "There are two equal and opposite errors into which our race can fall about the devils. One is to disbelieve in their existence. The other is to believe, and to feel an excessive and unhealthy interest in them. They themselves are equally pleased by both errors, and hail a materialist or magician with the same delight." If my friends and their experiences were correct, and demonic realities were in fact a normal part of life here on earth, then I was surely walking around unaware of some important facts about the world I lived in. Perhaps Satan's greatest trick is getting billions of people
Sample complete. Ready to continue?